What's up everyone, I'm Micah. Welcome back to my channel. Like I said, I was gonna do a part 2 to the fall trends video, and in this video I just really want to talk about like 4 or 5 more different trends that I feel like are just gonna be pretty popular and just pretty trendy, I guess you could say, for this upcoming fall season. The majority, well, all the things that I'm going to speak about, I just kind of want them to be pretty timeless and not just something that you're going to buy and just wear for a couple of months and throw away and just forget about. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get into it. So as I said earlier, my main goal when I do these trends videos, whether it's fall, winter, summer, spring, whatever season, I just mainly want them to be timeless things, timeless pieces that, you know, can be worn regardless of whatever is trendy at the moment. You know, some things like you can go out and buy clothes, obviously, that coincide or that go, how do I explain this right? Like, I guess you could say that coincide with a certain trend, but, you know, just the piece can be timeless, so you can keep wearing it regardless if you're wearing it, you know, that exactly trendy way that it was meant to be worn with a certain way, or I feel like I'm just not really making sense here, but basically I try to pick things that are timeless, or you can, you know, style it to make it timeless regardless if it's trendy or not, now or later. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So jumping on to the first one here. When I was reading an article, one thing that kind of caught me off guard, because I guess I never really stopped wearing mine, are dad caps. And it specifically said distressed dad caps. Well, not exactly dad caps, but distressed hats in general, whether it's like a trucker hat or just any, you know, type of baseball cap. Mainly like the dad caps that were the examples that they had in the article that I read, but I feel like other types of hats would work too. But mainly dad caps, like I said. They could come in a variety of different colors, obviously, you know, different styles. I have my few baseball caps, and I have, yeah, that's kind of it. I have like a Braves hat, Yankees, and a Dominican baseball team, what is the name? Oh, Águilas. That's Águilas. Anyway, I feel like, you know, you can wear hats. They can spruce up an outfit sometimes, you know, like they can make an outfit not look as plain, or it can make an outfit look a bit more casual. Like if you had on a cardigan with some dress pants and you threw on a baseball cap with it, that will obviously make it more casual. Or if you just had on a hoodie and some sweatpants and you threw on a baseball hat, I feel like that can just, it wouldn't dress it up, but it would just make it look a bit more, I don't know, put together, I would say. You can see in the different examples of different pictures, different examples of how people styled the baseball caps, but I've always just been a big fan, so this one is nothing new to me. Another trend that the article spoke about that I read were striped polo shirts. And when I say polo, I really don't, I'm not specifically referring to the company Polo. I just call any collared shirt a polo shirt. I don't know if that's just a me thing or if everyone does that, but if a shirt has a collar on it, and you know, it's like a t-shirt but with a collar, I really don't know how to describe it, because I'm not calling a button down a polo shirt, but it has to be like that specific material for it to be a polo shirt. Anyway, striped polo shirts, whether it's short sleeve or long sleeve, I feel like can be a good option to wear, especially long sleeve, because, you know, during the fall time, sometimes the temperatures like aren't exactly hot and they're not exactly cold. You're just kind of in that in-between area. Let's say the temperature is in the 60s or even in the high 50s. I feel like a long sleeve polo shirt could work. Or even if it's in the 70s and you want to pair it with some shorts. I've seen people do that too. You know, that can make for some great outfits. And I want to say one of the examples that I show has shorts in it. Okay, actually I think I lied. No, they don't. Anyway, you could still wear some shorts with one of the striped polo shirts, like a long sleeve one, like I said. And it's a very simple thing. Like I said, these are all timeless pieces that are just kind of trendy at the moment. Moving on to the third trend here, and this one kind of caught me off guard just because it wasn't something I was expecting to see, but I was like, okay, I guess most people have that, and that's a windbreaker. And you know, just I feel like everyone has a windbreaker jacket, whether it's like a rain jacket or not. I feel like majority of windbreakers are waterproof, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I could just be saying something and I'm completely wrong, but I feel like all the windbreakers that I've seen, majority of them are waterproof. Anyway, windbreakers could come in a ton of different colors, as you see in the different pictures. I see some that are like navy blue, green, and like a neon orange, or you could go just a very simple color, get it black, or just like a gray or tan, whatever color you want, be my guest. They could be worn with pretty much anything, you know, just because it's a jacket, you really aren't limited with the types of clothes that you could wear it with. We're basically like referring to pants, whether they're jeans or chinos, dress pants, work pants, you know, all those different things. I feel like a windbreaker will look nice with that. As you see in the different examples, I feel like the examples were kind of all jeans, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, one guy had on like cargo pants. But anyway, windbreakers, very simple. Like I said, it just kind of caught me off guard, but I feel like it was something I still just speak about because that's, you know, another timeless thing. It's just a simple jacket that I feel like most people may have in the back of their closet that they're not really thinking about, but it can just be something worn to kind of, well, not to kind of, but to look stylish. And now this last trend that I want to speak about, and I want to say I did a video on this over the summer too. Well, I guess we're still in the summer, but you know, back when I was doing summer videos, and that was boat shoes. And this is something that I feel like has kind of made a resurgence, I guess you could say. Well, not a resurgence, but I've just seen a good amount of people wearing them that weren't wearing them before, so however you want to refer to that. But they could be worn in a ton of different ways too, whether you have on jeans or chinos and dress pants. I feel like those are the main ways I've seen them. I haven't seen anyone really wear them with like the work pants, like the Dickies and Carhartt, but I feel like you probably could. I'm trying to like visualize it and see if it will look nice, and I think it would. But anyway, like I said, very simple shoe. Majority of people get them in that like dark brown leather look that they come in, but I've seen black ones, I've seen some white ones, you know, just different colors out there. But I feel like just kind of getting that default dark brown leather boat shoe would be best. Maybe start with that one, and then you could branch out to other ones, and you could still just, you know, pair them with those different things that I mentioned earlier. So those are just some different trends that I want to speak about. I feel like this list could be pretty infinite because a lot of these timeless pieces can be, you know, styled in a certain way that would make them trendy. But I guess some things that are timeless aren't really, you know, having their moment right now, so I guess the list isn't infinite. But anyway, like I said, I just wanted to point out those 4 different things that I feel like are just pretty popular and are going to be trendy, you know, heading on into this fall season, since we're just like a few weeks away now from, you know, the beginning of the fall season. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to my channel because I post on here twice a week, and follow me over on Instagram as well at Micah Akins, just so you can keep up with me, see everything that I'm doing, see what I'm wearing, and I will see you all in the next video.